the ice in my plastic cup. I say yes, man, fill her up. Tell me something good that I don't know. 'Cause this world's been kicking my behind. Life ain't been a friend of mine. She rattled the ice in my plastic cup. I say yes, man, fill her up. Tell me something good that I don't know. 'Cause this world's been kicking my behind. Life ain't been a friend of mine. Lately I've been feeling kinda low. And she looked back over
Welcome in,
her
everybody.
shoulder.
Welcome in, everybody. Hey, welcome in. Everything's gonna be alright. Welcome in. I have some paperwork to read today. Paperwork for the class. Welcome in, folks. Happy Saturday. I've been outside working, so I'm a little hot, a little sweaty, but taking a break. I got the mail today, so I wanted to come in and read something. Hey. Welcome in, Gloria. Sparkle Scammers, how are you? Scam, welcome. Welcome in, everybody.
And I look back over her shoulder, thinking about the
welcome in, folks. Hey, Sue.
Up on the wall. Let's say everything's gonna be alright.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm a little tired. I've been outside working. Welcome in, folks. Hey, Caroline, how are you? Hey, Grammy, how are you? Hey, Grammy, how are you? It is beautiful. I tell you though, it is warm in the sun though. It is warm in the sun, and I'm not a big fan of that, so. Trying to get stuff done in the shade, which I was able to do. And now everything's in the sun, so I'm gonna get a little work done inside my garage, and then go back out. Oh, I'm sure it is, Colleen. It's always hot in Arizona. Come on, sing it with me. Ugh, 100.
There ain't no doubt it's gonna work out. Come on and sing.
My lawyer's here sitting with me just to make sure I don't say too much. Right, Kitty? Yeah? You're gonna make sure? You're gonna make sure, kitty. You're gonna make sure, kitty. Yeah, you're gonna make sure. Yeah, it's beautiful though, it's me. It's beautiful. Alright. Yes, my lawyer's free too. You only have to give her a little bit of food. Hey Susan, how are you? Yes, she can give the stank eye. She is absolutely wonderful at that. Hey Joan, how are you? Welcome in, everybody. It's gonna be alright. Hey Julie, welcome. Everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It'll be alright. Ugh. Somebody in the comments said something about they love Kenny Chesney. Yeah. I've been to three of his shows. Last time he was in this area was 2 years ago, I think. So I'm definitely having withdrawals, but now that he's in Vegas doing the Sphere, he's probably making more money in a week or two there than he was making, just touring all over the United States. I mean, they make a boatload there. He does a great show. I mean, it really, really is a great show. Yeah. Oh, so you're right around. Yeah. Oh, so you're right around me. Yeah. I almost went up to Gillette a couple years ago, but I decided to go down to Jersey instead, and I caught him down there. But yeah, I mean, great shows. Great. So, I love the fact that there are all these TikTok lawyers, on here that know everything about the legal system in every single state, and I have so enjoyed watching all these meatheads talk for the past couple of days about what they think is going on, what they don't know, but they're talking about it like they do, and have questions, and they're making their hypothesis. And I was just sitting back and laughing at all these ding-dongs. Yeah, so in my state, in Connecticut, after a court ruling, you can't get your paperwork right away. And how do I know this? Because I tried to do that, and I went down to the clerk of courts after the hearing, and I asked them if I could get the paperwork, for the case that just finished. And the clerk of courts said to me, you can come back today after 4 and get it. And I'm like, I'm not wasting any more of my life sitting around here, because those of you that actually follow me, that the first time when I filed the paperwork, I had to wait until 4 o'clock to see if whether or not the court was going to allow the case, because that's when I put in the original the CPO request. And if you remember, I was hanging out at the mall. I was drinking a Starbucks chai iced tea latte, and I was bored off my ass. So this time around, I'm like, I am not going to wait around, because the court case was over a little after 11, which meant I would have had to hang out for 5 hours. And quite honestly, I'm not wasting any more time on this and taking any more time out of my life than I have to. And I knew that they would send the paperwork and all that, which they did. Yesterday being a national holiday, federal holiday, there was no mail. So lo and behold, it came here. So I am going to read a little. I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show it because I know there's people that want to see it. I can tell you that the people who know what I've been what I've been doing and what I've been going through on this app, and actually care about what I've been going through on this app, have seen the paperwork. The rest of you that have been saying, oh, well, she needs to show the paper. No, I don't. I don't need to show anything to you fatheads. So enjoy it. Because you're not going to see it. So I could tell you here, it has our names, and it's a notice issued on 6/16/2026. The following order is entered in the above matter order. At the Civil Protection Order hearing on June 16, 2026, the applicant appeared timely and the respondent appeared remotely. After evidence adduced at the hearing, the court finds that the applicant has met their burden of proof. That would be me. The following terms and conditions are so ordered. Do not contact the protected person in any manner, including by written, electronic, or telephone contact, and do not contact the protected person's home, workplace, or others with whom the contact would be likely to cause annoyance or alarm to the protected person. Respondent shall not post, share, disseminate, or reference in any way the name or image of the applicant, and that would be me. This order shall remain in effect for 12 months until June 16th, 2027. Okay, that's the first thing. And then I got the actual order of protection in my hand. And it pretty much says the same thing. It says, do not contact the person. The respondent shall not post, share, disseminate, or reference in any way the name or image of the applicant. Additional terms and conditions are on the following pages. It also says here, the court had jurisdiction over the parties in the subject matter, and the respondent was provided with reasonable notice and opportunity to be heard. This order shall be entered even without registration by the courts of any state, the District of Columbia, any U.S. territory, and may be enforced on tribal lands. I don't need to or tribal boundaries. To violate this order may result in federal imprisonment. Next page here. So, attention respondent. And the respondent, if you are subject to a civil protection order, the terms and conditions of protection order on the order of protection apply to you. That would be the person I saw in court. If additional civil protection orders have been issued in your case, those terms also apply to you. Even if the other party contacts you, you may be subject to arrest for violating the protection order. You should talk to an attorney if you have any questions. Let me see. Okay, if the civil protection order is identified on the order of protection, which it is, the order is effective until the date of the hearing. Which it was. At the hearing, the court may issue a civil protection order that may remain in effect for up to 1 year. If the court is closed on the scheduled hearing day, the hearing will be held on the next day that the court is open. We already went through that. Criminal prosecution. If you violate the civil protection order, you are subject to criminal arrest, prosecution, and imprisonment. A violation of the terms and conditions of the order may constitute criminal violation of a civil protection order under general statutes, A criminal violation of a civil protection order under general statutes, is a Class D felony, which is punishable by a term of imprisonment of not more than 5 years, a fine of not more than $5,000, or both. Additionally, in accordance with the general statutes, entering or remaining in a building or other premises in violation of this order constitutes criminal tread. Don't have to worry about that. There's a firearms restriction. The information contained in the order of protection and the additional civil protection orders. National. Let me read this again. Nationwide enforcement. The information contained in the order of protection, form blah blah blah, and the additional civil protection orders, if there is one, will be sent to the appropriate police departments, the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, and the National Protection Order Registry as required by law. Attention protected person. It just says there's hotline. Civil protection order may not exceed 1 year. However, the court may extend it, the order, if there is no other order of protection based on the same facts and circumstances in place. The need for protection still exists, and you file a motion to extend the civil protection order. And then, if you'd like, the people in the back row, I can read it in Spanish for you. Si existe una orden de prosecución en el civil en su contra, usted debe cumplir con los términos y condiciones expresos en la orden de protección de haberse dictado en su casa. Órdenes adicionales de protección en tu civil también debe cumplir con dichos términos. Should I keep going? So, yeah, Latina, I'm sorry. I probably destroyed most of it. But. It's been a while. So that's where it is. I'm aware that the page is still posting. I have all of them. I'm also aware that the web page is saying that number one, I've been told that it's not the person that I have the civil protection order from. I'd like to know who told me that it's not her, because everything I've found and everything I've been told says it's her. So, if you'd like to enlighten me on who has told me that it's not her, please. I mean, you're good at making posts, make a post. Number two, as I said, I'm aware this person is making videos still about me on the page. And as I said, I do have all of them. So this person who's doing it, which is the person, is insisting that it's not her, which is pretty crazy. And let's just say 1%. Say 1%, it's somebody else. Okay, let's say she's sharing the account, or she gave somebody her password information or anything like that. So then what this person is doing is knowingly continuing these actions, knowing that a judge ruled in my favor, that the person that I have the order against isn't doing it, but this person is still doing it in order to get this person arrested, which is just really bizarre. Yeah, it is a third party. I find it interesting that the same account who has multiple other accounts and posts stuff on me and other people, right before our court appearance, made a video saying that, oh, you should never give your login information or password to anybody on this app. So do I think it's the person that I proved, I proved it is? Yes, I do. Do I think that this person is just playing head games and trying to convince people it's not her? Yes, I do. But here's the thing. I have the order. I know what I do with the order. Now that I have it in hand. And I am not going to be discussing anything else from this point that's going to happen or not happen. I'm going to be doing it off of the app. And, people that are close to me on this app, who know me, they will be privy to that information, and the next step, if I'm going to, are going to be, because really as I've said, this entitlement, of people wanting to see court records and this and that. I have showed nothing but being honest on this app. When I put something out that wasn't right, I've cleared it up, which many people don't even do that. Nobody on this app deserves anything. They don't deserve any information from me, and they can all suck a bag of you-know-whats, because they're not going to get anything. And I can see it now. Oh, it was Chat GPT. She really didn't do anything. But okay, that's fine. I didn't do anything. You can go with that, whoever's going to say that. That's fine. Go with it. It doesn't bother me. Because I know what the truth is. And some of my closest friends on this app have seen the paperwork. So that's good, though. You go with what you want there, poo-poo. So there it is. Comments, questions, anybody want a box? Yes. And I can tell you that there are people that reached out to me regarding the case, and there's somebody that reached out to me that's going through a similar thing with somebody, another creator, somebody I don't even know. I don't even know this person, but they knew what is going through and what I went through and what I did. Because remember, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I don't sit on my ass like many others on this app and say, oh, I'm going to sue this person. I'm going to get in it. No, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it, and I did it. So, it's done. A judge ruled, as you heard, based on the evidence that I brought in. It's a done deal, and it's until next June. So, and again, I am aware of the video. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So, I got thrown off. So this person reached out to me and said they're going through the same thing, and wanted some advice on what to do. This person, like me, they've never been in court for something like that. and wanted some, ideas of what to expect, what she should do, what she should bring. And, I let her know, obviously, it's different, state to state, and, so I gave her all the advice I could give that could be helpful. And again, if there's anybody else that wants to follow suit, haha, see what I did there? Reach out to me, because now that there is a ruling, regarding this person. If people have been through the similar stuff that I have been through, there is a case now. And there's a case number, and there's a, it's in the books now. You can refer to this case in your if you decide to bring up a case against her, and it'll show that she's already been found responsible for all this. And really, your case would be a slam dunk, because a judge is already found in my favor. I'm talking about spread love. So I'll be waiting for the next video to come out, because I'm sure it's either out now or it'll be out in 5 minutes. With this person saying it's not the person that I have, this protection order against, which again, based on what they're saying, is completely diabolical, because they're continuing to make videos, knowing, according to them, that it's not the person who's doing it. And because of them making videos, somebody's going to get in trouble, according to what this person says on the page, which I don't believe. I've talked to a lot of people about this person who has known her, and I mean years ago, long before I even got on here. And this is what this person does. I agree with that. And this is the thing, Sammy. If other people do press charges, and she is also found responsible for that, there might be some type of order that would go in place that would ban her from going, on the internet at that point, because, we've seen all the people that she's done this to over the past 5 years, and it hasn't stopped. So I'm reading the comments here. You don't know how they can enforce it. With the internet. Well, I mean, if there's enough protection orders for what she's doing on social media, with threatening and harassing, I mean, they might be able to do that, but I think it would have to be more of a criminal court rather than a civil. I really don't know. Because as I said, I had to go to court once, and it was because my registration to my vehicle, and I don't remember if it was my insurance or something, but I couldn't drive until I went to court and I got the paperwork taken care of, and all I had to do was stand up and say, yes, I got everything. And they're like, okay. And that was it. So, I haven't really been through a real, court case, unlike these people, court case. Unlike these people on TikTok that know everything about court, and they're law professionals, and have these legal opinions that they've been like they've had diarrhea of the mouth on over the past 3 or 4 days. They think they know everything, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It might have to happen, Kool-Aid. Absolutely. It might have to happen. Might have to happen. Listen, I've said this before. If somebody was going to get a CPO or press charges on me, saying that I've been, for instance, Mike from Massachusetts, everybody who goes in his live, he thinks it's me. Okay. And how do I know this? Because I see the recordings of his live. I don't go in that bullshitter's live. It's just why. I mean, I get the recordings. I don't need to go in there. And everybody that goes in there, he thinks it's me. And all I would have to do is find somebody, like I would probably go to my police department and say, how can I get my information regarding social media on my phone downloaded as proof to show I'm not doing this? Because I'd want to have that in my hand if I knew somebody was saying I was doing something wrong, I would make sure I had that. And the person that was in court with me didn't do anything, and we had two court appearances. The first one we had, I laid out all the stuff that I had, and I gave the judge my thumb drive with all the evidence on it, and she went back to deliberate, and she came back and she said that she couldn't access my thumb drive, which was weird because it was just JPEGs and like MP4s, so I don't understand. But so the judge said, do you want me to go ahead with a ruling even though I can't see what's on the thumb drive? And I said, no. I said, all the evidence is on there. I want you to see that. I want that to be put in as evidence on this case. So then she said, okay, well, I'm going to issue a continuance, and, we'll be back here in a couple weeks, and, go down to the clerk of courts and let them know what you want to bring here next time to be able to show all your evidence. So I went down to the clerk of courts, and you have to file you have to do a court filing, asking for permission, to bring in a laptop or to bring in, any other technical things to be able to, show the evidence you have. And it has to get approved by the court ahead of time. So after it was continued that day, I went down, I got the paperwork, I filed the paperwork. And then what I had to do was I had to send a copy to Spread Love, where she lives, because she needed to be aware that this was being filed. And for some reason I had to do it. I don't know why I had to do it, but I did. And I sent that to her, letting her know that I would be bringing a laptop. So, that's what happened. And then I got a letter saying when the next court appearance was going to be. I even talked about that on here, although some people think I got called that morning, which is Totally bizarre. See, this is the problem when people don't watch somebody all the time and all they want to do is talk about them. They want to do is talk about them. They don't know. They miss important key facts. One of them was, yes, I did talk about when the court case was. I said the date it was on. I said the date it was on in a live. So, and they're all saying, oh, well, yeah, she's trying to tell people she got called that morning. No, I never said that. You said that. I mean, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And as I said, I just love proving people are stupid. And, all these fatheads talking about this stuff. And I'm sitting here like literally laughing out loud the past couple of days saying, God, they're going to look stupid. Like Virgo, even Smash was like, well, we're not going to forget this, Scammy. Guess what? Nice try. But y'all look stupid. So. Isn't that what Virgo said you were called that morning? Yeah, she said, I've never heard of somebody getting called in the morning and saying you have to appear in court. Who said that? I mean, it's great. It's great. It is great. So that's it. That's what I wanted to do. I was hoping this was going to come in yesterday, and I even actually drove to court yesterday because I hadn't gotten it in yet, and I had checked the mail, and the mail hadn't come, and I forgot that it was a federal holiday, so I drove my happy little ass all the way to the courthouse. And I pulled into the parking lot. I'm like, this is great. There's nobody here. There's nobody here. I can park wherever I want. Yeah. And then I realized it. So I did drive in yesterday. Nice little drive. I had to go to the hardware store. So, not a big thing, but. So that's it. Does anybody have any questions? Comments? I got Bojangled. You're damn right I did. That's some, Juneteenth, that holiday went, federal holiday went into effect right at the end of my teaching career. And when the state started following it, we had never had enough snow days where that was going to come into play. So I never really I never really knew that holiday. I never really knew the date of it. Because I never experienced it while teaching. So yeah, that was my bad. Any other questions, comments? Stone on Demand Tattoos, you're up next. Stay tuned. Oh, a burner. I got you, you little bastard. You're not going to come in here and you're not going to threaten people. So, as I like to say, go suck a bag. How about that? I'm not, you know what? I don't want to put too much out about what happened. But I could say this. She claimed she was not that account. But the evidence that I had, and I'm not going to go into it because there's stuff I had that people have not seen, and I'm not going to put that out. Let's just put it this way: there was enough where the judge ruled in my favor. So, and there was no defense, you know? So, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Julie. I do. Hey, Sarah. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, exactly, Trapper. I'm not, you know. The only people I will share stuff with is people if they need it in court. That's it. But I'm not putting anything out. That's why I'm not putting any of this paperwork out. I'm sure it's somehow public anyways. I'm sure if somebody really wanted to look for it, they could. But if they want to do that, go for it. I don't care. I'm not going to make your life easy. Though. No, Buckskin, no. No, that account has been posting since I got out of court that day. Well, you know, if that's the case, like I said, simple. If I was being taken to court, okay, and somebody was accusing me of being an account that wasn't me, I would go somewhere, and I don't know enough about this, okay, but I know that there is a way that your data could be downloaded, okay, and it could be printed out. And I would have, brought something in to show that I have not been on the app, because this person claimed that she has not been on the app. So I would have something to show that, you know? I would have something to show that my phone was downloaded by, my local detective at my police department on this date and this time, and it was signed off, and it was, had the stamp on it and all that, and to show that indeed I have not been on. And if that had been the case, then it wouldn't have turned out in my favor. But that didn't happen. True. Yes, there are, but the most important thing is the IP. With that IP, you could contact TikTok Legal. You'd probably have to have a lawyer to do that. I think you can actually do that yourself too. Exactly, Jody. Exactly. So, and listen, there have been people have posted where this person works, including the account that is this person's, the Spread Love account, and the Spread Love account has posted that they work as cybersecurity for a certain place. If you work at cybersecurity, which in fact In fact, they do. Wouldn't you know that stuff to do that ahead of time, you know? So, I mean, you would think that they would know that stuff. Like, oh, geez, I want to protect myself. I'm going to do this, you know? So there it is. Any other questions, comments, the job she had been known for? Yeah. Wait, someone tried to come after you for your comment? No. No, for your content? No, somebody has been posting really defamatory and disgusting stuff about me for months. Really, really vile, disgusting allegations and then made some physical threats. And yeah, so I went ahead and did what I had to do. So, any other comments, questions? Yes, I love tea. Tea is delicious, especially when it's truthful tea. What is that, Christy? Is that, Christy? I've never heard of that before. Oh, I love blackberry tea. Intelligence data processing. If you could send me some information on that, I'd like that. Because I would like to learn about it. I don't know anything about it, so. Open source intelligence. I heard someone else who was using it. Google it and see if it can help. Very cool. I'll take a look. Anything else? I want to get back outside. I got to get my blades off my mower, sharpen them up, get some other stuff done. Oh, thank you, Grammy D. Stay cool down there. Everybody else have a wonderful afternoon and evening. I don't plan on coming back on again until maybe Monday. We'll see. It's going to be nice the next couple days, and I know there's going to become a point soon in our weather up here that it's going to be shitty, and it's going to be humid, and it's going to be hot, and I'm going to be miserable, and I'm going to be like locked in the house like for weeks. So that's why I'm trying to spend as much time outside as I can. So I hope everybody gets out today if it's a nice day. Those of you down there, it's 100. Stay inside. But those people up here in New England, a little more down south, other places in the country, go outside today. There's a lot of people on this app that need to get outside and do stuff. Many of the people in here aren't like that. I mean, I'm going to be good today. I'm not going to say anything. But everybody get outside. Yes, Haley. Get outside today. Enjoy it. Enjoy the breeze. Enjoy the fresh air, the cool weather, the sun. if you can, and put your hands in some really high quality dirt and plant something. That's what I say. So listen, take care. Oh, really, Haley? Huh. What state are you in, Haley? What state are you in, Haley? Scam, have fun on your cruise. Have fun on your cruise. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Just Mary. You too. Yeah, send it to me, Haley. I mean, I've already said where I am. I'm in Connecticut, so everybody, I mean, that information has been put out. All over the place, so. Have a good one, guys. I'm getting back out. Take care. Bye-bye.